tutorial, we're going to look at manipulating our photograms. Now you can see here there's a standard black and white photogram. I've scanned that and I've put it into my computer and I've opened it in Photoshop. Now I want to do something more with it. I want to play around with the colours, some of the look and feel of it. So I'm going to show you some of the things you can consider doing. And if I go here, there's the same photogram, and that's been edited in a number of ways. You can see there's 2 layers in there, and that's important to note. I've added different colours in it. I've played around with the colour balance of the original to create this 2-tone look here. And I've used a filter called plastic wrap to get this nice little look here. So I'm going to show you a few different options you've got. So we're going to go straight back to here now. Now one thing you could do straight away, and I think I have done it on the original there. If I look at that. Yes, I have. So the first thing I did with this was I went to Image Adjustments and I inverted it. Invert. So that's given me all the black and the white. So what was white's gone black and what was black's gone white. And that takes this strip of negatives back to the negative look, and that's actually what I want for this one. Now, if I then go something like Image Adjustments again, and I'm going to play with colour balance. Now this is a really handy tool, and it allows you to play with the shadows, the midtones and the highlights. I'm going to jump straight to the shadows, and just to replicate what I've had in that other one, I went to magenta for my shadows. I might want to put a bit of more red in it, or a bit of cyan, even a bit of blue. That looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to go to highlights, and I'm going to go very yellow, all my highlights, and midtones. Click on midtones, and I might make them a bit yellow too. Maybe a little bit of magenta in them. Back. Go back and check my highlights again. I'll give them a bit of orange, yeah, a bit of red, so they've got a bit of an orange look. You can see it changing as I play around with it. Look, there you go. And I'm going to hit OK. So that's created an interesting look there, and all these weird and wonderful things. Now, I'm not going to put the plastic wrap on just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, because I'm going to put the different colours in a new layer. Now, this one's a little bit complex, so you've got to focus here. I'm going to go to Layer 0. I'm going to click on that there. And you'll notice that I've changed that from background to Layer 0, and that's important. I was going to show you quickly. What's that? Yes, I want to bring that up. It's background from layer is the tool. It's not going to come up. Okay, we'll just ignore that there for the time being. You can do it without doing that, but it won't do it because I've already done it. Yeah, if I was to go to my original one, layer from background, and that would turn that into Layer 0 there. That makes it easier to edit. Okay, that's right. So on my background layer there, or Layer 0, I'm going to use the Magic Wand tool, which is under here. Got Object Selection, Quick Selection, Magic Wand. Hit my Magic Wand tool. I'm going to click in this area here of white, and you can see the marching ants in there. Now I'm going to go to my Fill tool. Okay, my Fill bucket here, most important. Now you need to be in the Essentials workspace for this one, not the Photography workspace, because the Fill bucket disappears. So into the Essentials, and you can flip between these as needs be. So that's that little tool up there, the Workspace tool. And I'm going to go and select a colour, so I can go to colour swatches up here if I want to. That's really handy. So I might select red. There we go, red. And you can see my active colour there is now red. Go to the bucket and I flip to Layer 1. And this is important. And there's my red. Now I'm going to hit Command D to get rid of my marching ants, because I don't want them next. Now I'm going to go to my tool, flick back to Layer 0. I'm going to select 1, there. Now I can add other ones to here. So see I've selected this. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So they're all one selection now. I'm going to go to my swatches. I'm going to collect yellow, my magic tool, and that put all three together. So I'm going to hit Command D to get rid of the marching ants. So when I'm in my magic wand tool, these here are really handy. That just selects the one area. This allows you to add selections together. This one allows you to remove selections, subtract from selection, and that's the intersection. You can see the little diagrams here. So I might go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to select the green. I do what I didn't do then. I made a mistake then. I'm going to go back to layer 1. Actually, no. I'm going to Command D. I'm going to go back because I made a mistake. So edit, undo, deselect, edit, undo magic wand, edit, undo magic wand, where I made a mistake, edit, undo magic wand, edit, undo, deselect, and edit, undo paint bucket. I've still got the selection there. You can see the magic wand. Make sure I'm now on this layer here. I put it on the bottom layer. Now I'll go back to my yellow, which is where there, and I've got my bucket tool. That's better. Okay, Command D. Now back to layer 0. I'm going to select these. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing here, but it should give you a bit of an idea. And I'm going to sort of go to green. I go to layer 1, I go to paint bucket, I'm following all this, and there, Command D gets rid of my marching ants. I'll flip through this, and I'm replicating that whole one, basically what I had in the other one, as you can see. I'll go to red, I'll go to my magic wand tool. It's interesting how that's done that. To layer 1, and I'm going to put red in to that area. Very good. I'm going to see I'm flipping between the two. This is where it gets a bit complex, but it works quite nicely in the end. Because what you can do is you can turn off the top layer and just see the bottom. Turn off the bottom layer and just see the top. So it's quite handy, and it gives you a bit of room to move here. Because the other thing you could do, I'm going to show you another little trick here. I'm going to create a third layer here. Create another layer. So it's layer 2. I'm going to go back to here. This is something that's not in the other video. I'm going to get my magic wand tool. I'm going to select there. So it's these black bits. I might add a little bit more of it. Okay. There we go. Doesn't matter that it's not all of them. Now I'm going to select another colour. I might go blue, pale blue. I'm going to go back to layer 2, and I'm going to paint bucket there. Now I don't really like that. It's a little bit too vicious. But if I go to my opacity over here on my layer control, and I shade it down, makes it see-through. I'm just going to turn my back layer off there so you can see it. You can see through there. So it gives me a chance to play around with them in a different manner. So I'll take that down to 33. Just want to hint it slightly. Okay, that's good. Command D gets rid of the marching ants. But to do that, I have to create a separate layer to get the see-through layer, because you go to layer 1, you can see opacity is 100%. Now, I won't keep going on the filling just yet, but I want to show you the next tools. I'm going to go to Filter. I'm going to go to my Filter Gallery. Pardon me. I'm just going to undo that. I'll just tell you what I did then. I went to Filter. Don't go to that one there. That just repeats the last filter that you've put in, which is handy if you want to keep redoing it. But I will show you how to find it. So Filter Gallery. And you can see all the samples. And there I've got plastic wrap selected there. It could be coloured pencil that I had selected. It doesn't really matter. Fresco, neon glow, there's all sorts of weird ones. You can have a lot of fun with all these strokes. Distort. Sketch can be fun because it's all black and white. Stylize. This is really nice. Glowing edges, you can have a lot of fun with that one. And so on. But I'm going to go to plastic wrap. That's the one I want. Now I can play around with the settings there. Highlight strength, I think I like that. I can give more detail if I want, or less, and smoothness and so on. If you fiddle around with them, you can see what they do. And we hit OK. Now, I want to show you one more thing. If I was to select an area, and I might, this is a little bit more advanced, I might go to my object selection tool, and I want to select this area through here. See in there, so I'm trying to get this round bit here. See what, yeah, that's done. So that's done that there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to my filter gallery. Now remember I said I liked glowing edges. I'm going to hit glowing edges. I can play around with that. Edge width, edge brightness, smoothness. See all the things that are happening here. I'm just going to hit OK. And that's just applied that filter to the selected area, not to the whole thing. So that's something you can play around with too. You can tidy up your selection if you need to as well, but that works really well. And I might do the same thing here. I might use the Magic Wand tool. The quick selection tool's handy too. You can use it just to, there we go, look at that. It's just selected that area there because that's what I want. I am going to maybe put a filter on that. I'll go to filter gallery just so we're playing around with it. I don't want glowing edges. I want something I haven't used before. Cut out. That doesn't do much. You're not going to see much for it. I most probably need to go something a bit weird. Neon glow, and I'm going to hit OK. There we go. And so on. So you can keep playing around with all those, exploring what you need to do, and then you'll come up with a finished work with all three layers, all layers, and you'll save it with as a JPEG. Okay, so there's my one there. So explore, play, have a bit of fun.